warm welcome to our viewers and Nigerians interested in knowing the policies, plans and programs of the All Progressives Congress. You are watching Progress Diary. Here we tell you the effort of the Abdullahi Ganduje-led APC NWC to develop strategy and propel the implementation of the Renewed Hope agenda. I am Habida Lawal. I'm glad you could join us. The Forum of APC State Chairman says it will meet with the federal government and the national leadership of the party to hold talks about implementation of policies that will ease the hardship caused by necessary economic reforms. The secretary of the forum, Alphonsus Oga, disclosed this while briefing newsmen at the APC headquarters in Abuja. Mr. Oga, who is the chairman of the APC in Cross River State, said the forum is conscious of what Nigerians are going through as a result of the economic reforms put in place by the present administration. He also commended the National Working Committee of the party for the extension granted to the Caretaker Committee Chairman of Rivers State, which is led by Mr. Tony Okocha.
Permit us to begin this press brief by expressing our condolences to the family of our late colleague, who was the chairman of Oyo State. Our condolences goes to the people, the APC family, and the government of Oyo State over this unfortunate demise of his. Similarly, our heart goes out to all the people, the governor, and the government of Borno State, including our amiable Vice President, His Excellency Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON, over the unfortunate flood that ravaged the state recently. The Forum of All Progressives Congress APC chairman met yesterday to discuss issues that are of great concern to the party's democratic ethos and the success of our APC-led administration under the able leadership of our amiable president, His Excellency Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, and his dependable Vice President, His Excellency Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON. While the forum resolved that of all issues that were discussed, there would be need to have a closed-door meeting with the National Working Committee of our party and the government, the party or the forum decided that it was necessary to discuss the recent actions that the National Working Committee have taken in respect of particular interest to the extension that was granted to the Caretaker Committee Chairman in Rivers State, ably led by Chief Tony Okocha. This press briefing will be followed with a commendation letter that will be given to the national chairman of our great party, His Excellency Dr. Umar Abdullahi Ganduje, and his entire National Working Committee, just to show the appreciation of the forum for the firm stance he took by aligning with the decision of the State Executive Committee of our party in Rivers State, which had earlier on suspended the former chairman, Chief Emeka Beke, and which action was given a further legal fillip by a restraining order of the Rivers State High Court. This concurrence, which led to them constituting the Caretaker Committee and its extension, gladdens our hearts. To the blind, to the deaf, to every rightly guided thinking Nigeria, the activities of Chief Tony Okocha's led executive in the past 7 months have not only made Rivers State, the APC chapter in Rivers State, as one of the most active, the most resilient, and vibrant chapters, but the dynamic leadership of Tony Okocha himself has given a new lease of life to the doldrums, to the docility, and to the chicanery that once pervaded the political landscape of APC in Rivers State prior to the 2023 general election. As a forum, we have therefore, in recognition of this superlative performance of Chief Tony Okocha, resolved to join our voices to commend the decision of the National Working Committee in this regard, even as we pledge to continue to dialogue with the National Working Committee so that areas where we need to build cohesion and bring lasting peace in every chapter of our party, where there are unresolved issues, will be resolved amicably. The forum, in its review of the situation that almost cost our electoral fortune of this great party in Rivers State in the presidential election in particular, took time to deliberate, and we decided to single out all the actors, the major actors, whose names we cannot roll out here, but that contributed to the victory of our presidential election in Rivers State. Their sincere, honest, and conscientious belief in the principle of fair play and power rotation between North and South, which motivated them to give their full moral, financial, and total support to the candidacy of our amiable president, as he then was, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And we did not only actualize the victory of our president, but stood Rivers State out as the only state in the entire South-South, even including the Southeast geopolitical zone, where our party won the 2023 presidential election. To this, we are entirely grateful to the Chief Tony Okocha's led caretaker committee. The forum, in dealing with the issue of Rivers State, singled out H.E. Nyesom Wike and commended him for being a good performing minister among several other ministers of the Federal Republic in the cabinet of President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. His works are truly visible in all facets. His massive infrastructural development of the FCT is one of a special kind. The security measures he has put in place, his human capital development, etc., are highly appreciated. The forum wishes to use this medium to commend him and to express our deep appreciation and solidarity for his distinctive and excellent delivery as Honorable Minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We also, as a forum, want to use this medium to appreciate everyone that is contributing towards the growth of the party and the success of the administration of our dear President, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Catholic Bishop of Sokoto Diocese Matthew Kukah has tasked the ruling All Progressives Congress federal government to reduce the petrol price and ensure Nigerians feel better because the majority of the people are hungry. He said this during the launch of the Progressive Institute, the intellectual think tank of the APC in Abuja. President Bola Tinubu, who was represented by the Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Abubakar Kyari, said his administration is committed to enhancing the power of Nigerians to freely make electoral choices.
Well, your party was registered on the 6th of February 2013. But you are by setting up this center, you're doing something very spectacular. I say so because the Democratic Party of the United States, which is the first political party to be registered in the history of democracy, was registered in 1826. But it took them 198 years to set up a democratic institute in 1983. The Republican Party was founded in 1854. It took them 70 years to found a democratic institute. So please give yourself a round of applause that in just 11 years, you have thought it wise to set up a democratic institute. And my passion and my interest is based on the fact that I'm convinced that unless democracy is anchored on a sound intellectual foundation, we'll be building on sand. So between March and December 2023, our center undertook, with sponsorship from the European Union, a project about developing and sustaining a culture of integrity and accountability in politics in Nigeria. And within that period of time, we commissioned the researchers led by Professor Azumi, who did quite a lot of work. And we presented our findings. The chairman was there and other leaders of the party. On the 5th of December 2023, the Kukah Center formally presented our findings and our research. Again, your chairman was there. We had IPAC, we had civil society groups, we had the media. And we had a conversation about developing and sustaining political culture and integrity and accountability in politics in Nigeria. Between June and July this year, we worked on political party management toolkit. That is to design a kit that can help and support political parties. So I'm standing here because if Labour Party calls me tomorrow, I will go. If PDP calls me, I will go. Anybody who calls me, I will go. I'm a twin. Our grandmother used to say, a twin cannot, the mother of twins doesn't sleep on one side. By virtue of being a priest, people say I'm a politician. I'm not a politician, but I'm political. And there are distinctions. So I'm concerned about the quality of politics and the quality of democracy in Nigeria. So the Kukah Center, through this research, designed what is called a political management toolkit. That is a kit that can help, almost like a mechanics toolkit, to help to fix the problems of democracy. Again, we made a formal presentation. The chairman was there in attendance. And we concluded that there is an imperative. So you're actually acting out some of the things we had dreamt about. The imperative of political party ideology, the need for political parties to look towards an inclusive system of governance, the need for greater inclusivity in both policy implementation and policy formulation, and the need to encourage politicians, our local politicians, to write their biographies so that younger generation of Nigerians can know the mistakes that were made and the progress that was made. So I want to end by simply saying that, but we at the Kukah Center desire to raise the bar and to seek the help of Nigerians to see politics as a noble pursuit. To this end, our interest is to help politicians appreciate and value knowledge so that we can make governance a science, not a game of hit and miss. We want our politics to be based on sound reasoning and transparency. We want to help our country change the rules of engagement for politicians and political actors to know that to win, there is dignity in winning and there is dignity in losing, and to win or to lose with honor. We want politics to deliver development, justice, peace, harmony to our people. This cannot be done in a vacuum. It has to be done by creating a level playing field. Nigerians and African politics have been consumed by mysticism, voodooism, sorcery, occultism, necromancy, witchcraft, and shamanism. I therefore make the point that there is a growing fear that no sooner are our leaders elected than marabouts, spiritualists, ritualists, all kinds of people hide behind the throne of power. So rather than being guided by science, sometimes, and I'm sure some of you sitting here will know what I'm talking about, major policy decisions in this country are taken through the necromancy of illiterate people who are sitting somewhere and chewing kola nut and doing nothing with their lives except projecting that this is what is going to happen. And so I'm saying, therefore, that this institution is there, for me, is important for me because we need to move from speculation to science. Finally, I wish to once again let you know that we at the center are ready to work together with you and to chart a path towards national harmony. A path that focuses on Nigeria well beyond the narrow interests of political parties. We wish to strengthen political activities to create greater harmony among political parties and politicians. So I therefore make a firm commitment that we are prepared and we're ready to continue with you on this journey until we reach a destination in which politics will become honorable and noble, and the political dividends will be measured by the growth of Nigerians.
It gives me pleasure to be part of this epoch-making ceremony of unveiling this great institute, TPI, of our great party. The institute manifests our collective desire as Nigeria's ruling political party to enrich the nation's polity as well as the nature, character, and the quality of engagement. It is also to fundamentally reorder, reshape, and leave a lasting legacy on the relationship between political parties and the Nigerian voter. I wish to commend and also congratulate the national chairman and members of the National Working Committee of our great party for their shared commitment and vision, which led to the establishment of this important institution. I was informed that the vision of the institute is to be among the world's best. It cannot be otherwise in view of our collective preference for excellence as a political party. The idea of a think tank and an intellectual resource center of our great party is not only timely, but strategic. It is strategic because of the need to change the paradigm of engagement between the All Progressive Congress and the Nigerian electorate. There is certainly an urgent need to build an organic relationship between the Nigerian people, create and sustain an all-season APC's voter education efforts designed to promote inclusiveness, ownership, and empowerment. We are committed to enhancing the power of Nigerians to freely make electoral choices. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, one of the issues that I am passionate about and I have had occasions to discuss with the national chairman of our great party is the issue of ideology. This is a fundamental matter which must be addressed urgently by the Institute, especially to give our party a philosophical direction and foundation. I was informed of the proposal by the Institute to organize a national conference on progressive ideology. I agree with this initiative, especially because it provides a national platform for our leaders to discuss and agree on the nature and content of what constitutes a progressive ideology. Progressivism is a universal concept, and its definitions are influenced by local peculiarities. As leaders and members of this great party, it is our duty to collectively define our identity as a political party, as well as implications of this on governance. I wish to assure you of my interest not only to participate in this national discourse, but to anxiously expect its outcome. Even more important is the training curriculum that will emerge from this process. Mr. Chairman, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, today's unveiling of the Progressive Institute is an unprecedented event in the history of our country and indeed the West African sub-region. It is arguably the first time a political party will officially be discussing the development of a philosophy as a framework of governance. This is one of the ways to ensure accelerated development on the basis of agreed ideology. The matter of approach to development has always been contentious in our country. This APC initiative could help in the efforts to address the matter.
The All Progressives Congress has commiserated with the government and people of Borno State, especially those who have been displaced or have lost their means of livelihood as a result of the flooding caused by the overflow of the Alau Dam. The party, in a press statement by the National Publicity Secretary, Felix Morka, expressed deep sadness over the pain and suffering that the unprecedented flooding has brought upon residents of Maiduguri and its environs, with the destruction of homes, families, farmlands, businesses, public buildings, and even the palace of the Shehu of Borno.
On behalf of the National Working Committee of our great party, and by implication on behalf of the entire members of APC in Nigeria, the incidents, which is an accident, is unfortunate. It's a national disaster that occurred again here in Borno State. We have no other words to describe this national disaster but to say that it is unfortunate, but it is the work of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We have to continue to pray for the protection of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The disaster has caused a lot of inconveniences, losses, leading to the loss of life and properties. And of course, this has brought disruption to our administration. But we trust in God, and we trust in our capacity and capability in handling such incidences. Previously, you successfully managed such disasters, natural disasters, and even man-made disasters. You are competent, and we believe you are equal to the task. You have a lot of experience on the incidences of Boko Haram, banditry, fire outbreak, flood of this nature, community clashes. They are all issues in governance, and we are an expert in managing such incidences. So on behalf of the National Working Committee, we sincerely sympathize with the people of Borno State, and we condole you, those who lost their lives. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala
And that's our package for the week. Do remember, Progress Diary returns next week with the latest news and updates from the APC, Nigeria, and the governing party. Thank you for watching. I am Abida Lawal. See you next week.